Welcome back to Grounding Gods. It's so good to have you here. Let's see what Spirit wants us to be mindful of today. What guidance do they have for us? Well, it's an interesting spread. They've only asked me to pull 3 decks for this reading, which I think is the first for that. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what they're going to say. Let's get started. All right. Oh, it's more than ready to go. Do you want? Wow, it's really ready to go. Do we need to? No? Okay. Okay. What are they going to tell us today? Wow, okay. Let me see what exactly. This one too? Wow, okay. Okay, 5, just 5 cards. Okay. I shouldn't say just 5. That's more than that. Okay. This one. Okay. Wonderful. So that Animal Love Oracle cards from Nadine Gordon Taylor. Put that to the side. And then the second card today, they've used a couple times this week. It's a cat wisdom card, which is very cute, actually. One of my children had me buy that years ago, but it has a very, every time it's ever been pulled, it's been having very detailed and specific messages. So it's a wonderful deck to use. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see how many cards they want me to pull. 7. Wow. Okay. I should have known, since there's only 3 decks, they're going to pull more. Okay, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. Oh, something here. 7. Okay. All right. Well, that is that. Put that over there. And then the last deck for today is the Phantasma. I've always liked that word, phantasmagorical. It just kind of rolls off your tongue. By Paula Fay. All right, let's see what they want from here. Oh, this one seems to be jumping out. Anything? No? Okay. Nope. Oh, that's a definite. We'll leave it up like that too. And must be a very important part of the reading. All right. Okay. 5. Okay, I think they gave us that, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they've already given that to us, so that's good. Put this off to the side and let us see exactly what it is they're trying to tell us. Okay, fox. I'll read the specifics during the reading, and let's just get the layout done. Okay, fox, giraffe, cougar. Look at the shadow, the stars in the shadow. Which reminds me, I'm trying to put my astrology videos up this week. So hopefully later today, tomorrow, I'll start getting that up. This should be a very interesting playlist. Turkey, cow. Oh, worry. Now these have detailed messages, but we'll see just the main ideas first. Worry, stand your ground. Okay. Safety, flexibility, which they spoke about yesterday. Cheekiness. Bewilderment and doubt. Okay, well, all right. Well, there definitely is some thing that needs some guidance here. So, and then we've got the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, we're getting kind of at the end. Okay, let's move these crystals a little bit. Push that up. And these seems to be, flexibility seems to be the center. The cougar. It's interesting that the center card is also a cat. All right. So, and this is actually also a cat. So, it has something to do with energy that is being symbolized by that feline. Queen of Swords. This was the one that popped out. So this is a very important card in this reading. The Sun. Well, that's good. So whatever, I guess it's telling us right away that even though there's obviously something that isn't as you would like it to be, that the sun's going to come out. And Spirit One's going to tell us how to do that. The Knight of Cups, and actually this is the center card. The Knight of Cups and the Four of Cups. All right then. Maybe I can just put this crystal over here. Okay. I have more space. See how they want this red. How do they want this red? Okay. What are you trying to tell us? Okay, that seems to work. That seems to go together. All right then. We'll start it like this. That's the way it came out. And okay, sorry. I'm thinking about the cards. Let me think here. Let's do this. Okay then. Well, actually, I did the reading, and then I had woken up at 4:30 this morning and forgotten I'd set an alarm for 6:30 a.m. and I was going blah blah blah, and the alarm went off in the middle, so I had to stop. And then when I came back, I forgot to turn the camera back on. So anyway, here we are again. So let's go. Fox. Okay, yes. What I was saying was, I see there's a fox here in a den, peeking out of a den, looking a little bit forlorn and a little bit lonely. But then in the back, it's not a shadow. So I was thinking that it's definitely maybe a spirit, right? So maybe lately you had been feeling that you're all alone, but that spirit wants you to know that, you're never alone, right? That you're always surrounded by loving and kind spirits, whether that's divine and Holy Spirit, or if that is maybe just your spirit guide or your guardian angel, right? Oh, actually, yes, I just got that. Actually, it's guardian angel that is always with you, which that's beautiful. That is also a beautiful thing to know and connect with. So it's talking about awareness, flexibility, and sensitive energy. Yes. So being sensitive, or maybe asking you to connect with your guardian angel. That would be for a whole nother video, how to do that. But there's many people on the internet and on YouTube that can help you. I think Ask Angels, she's a really good channel for that, with Melanie Beckler. Yeah, ask angels. So if you want to connect or work on that, that would be a good thing to do. So sensitive energy, okay, so we're just talking about that, and awareness of that connection, and also awareness of, I mean, this is an animal, so this is an earthbound energy. So being aware of your surroundings is very important at this time, and being more flexible. Okay, so this is the first card, so we'll see how this unfolds. The giraffes, yes, of course, are talking about connecting with a higher dimension, but yet being sure-footed is about being also securely on the ground. That's just interesting. Securely and safety. We'll see how that connects. And graceful, or grace, right? The grace of the divine. And the giraffe is an animal that actually holds water better than camels. So you do have that water element, which is the spiritual realm. You have the green of the heart chakra here, and there's definitely relationship issue going on here with spirit, because we have a relationship here. They also, oh yes, another thing that signifies spirit here is the fact that the giraffe has 3 horns, and one is right in the center of its head, just where we would call the third eye. So there's a connection here. There's also, you see on the next card, a connection to spirit here. This is not the shadow self. In this dark space, which is actually the night sky, you see a lot of stars. So we're not talking about shadow self here. We're talking about connection to your higher self, or your guardian angels. Yes, they keep saying guardian angel. So, oh, that's beautiful. Okay. Actually, I didn't see them last reading. Maybe that's why they made me are making me redo this, because I wasn't really awake. Okay, good. All right. So I feel good about that. Okay. So going on to the cougar, yes, and this is spiritual warrior. So you kind of have to right now kind of fight for that connection for some reason. So these are the first 3 cards of the reading, and those usually give us a preface of what the spirit wants to talk to us about. So we see this connection thus far. So we'll come back to this as we need to. But this, as you can see, this is red, right? This is almost like a warning. It's cold this morning. And so far we've had a lot of green, the heart chakra, and purple, which is signifying the spiritual realm. But here we're talking about, your day-to-day life. We have a lot of red here. This is the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and the solar plexus are all signified here. And it's talking about abundance, cover. Okay. So this is talking about, or spirit is warning that you have been sharing too much, like the turkey. The turkey gives of itself, especially at Thanksgiving, and definitely does not get anything in return. As a matter of fact, it dies on Thanksgiving. I mean, that's a tradition in America, at least. And it's talking about how, and look at how unhappy of all these animals, you don't see anyone as stressed or unhappy as this particular animal. So the turkeys run in family units, just like the fox and the giraffes are protected by family, and the cougar, the cats are not so much. The big cats are not so much. Or not even domesticated cats, are so much family animals. But of all the big cats, the cougar, is an interesting fact, is the only cat that purrs like our domesticated friends. And if any of you have ever had a cat, I'm a cat person and a dog person and a bird person and an every kind of animal person. But so it's a very loving, right? It's a very loving and protective mother. So, anyway, going back to the issue at hand, they're saying that, you basically are not respecting yourself. You're not loving yourself. You might be loving a lot of other people, your family, in particular, because of course this also signifies, Thanksgiving, and as we say, we see all these family connections here. And oh yes, I mentioned in the first reading that they asked me to pull this crystal cluster for this reading, and when I pulled it out yesterday, I noticed that a twin flame crystal had formed here. When you have crystals, and I have many, you'll see, I have many, many, many crystals. Um, I do crystal healing. So you'll see that over years that the crystals still continue to grow and change when in your home. So that's kind of interesting. So yeah, we're definitely talking about the relationship with the divine here and with others, in your physical plane. Actually, let's bring some of these crystals they asked me, this beautiful citrine, and bring this one down too. And actually, I want to bring this over here. Okay, we'll leave that there for right now. Okay, so they're also talking about that you're allowing, I guess some of them might be going through some hard times. They have their own karma to burn, but you can't burn their karma for them. You need to have healthy boundaries, um, so you can attract and manifest what it is that you are wanting or dreaming of. Now, you can share your blessings, you can share your joy, but you're not joyous at this time, and you've allowed. So, if you're not joyous, your connection to spirit right now is not optimal, and you might be feeling alone. Okay, so it's starting to unfold. And then we go on to the cow, which is all about, and look at this beautiful green. This is all heart chakra, and this is the full moon because the cow is feminine, is not the bull. It's a cow. It's a female, and it depicts divine feminine energy, which is spirit and spirituality and the receptive energy. When we receive messages from the divine, right? So I was saying before, earlier this morning, that it looks like that you are a creative person, right? That you're envisioning things. And it's very important for creative people to be connected because that's where your visions, great pieces of artwork, they come from, they're inspired by spirit, because you have to remember that spirit is energy, and spirit is etheric, it's energy, and that's how they connect to me. It's kind of like a Morse code, that it took me years to decipher, but I'm very good at it. But you have to, and the word inspired, like many artists are, is the word in and spirit. So when you are in spirit or connected to spirit, that's when you get your inspirations for great. It doesn't just have to be art. It could also could be creating a business, right? It could be any type of creation. So right now, because you're not feeling blessed and you're stressed, your creative process, the abundance of your creative and your joy has been you know, right at the neck. It's been cut off. So it's telling you that you need to find that harmony again between the physical plane and the spiritual plane so that you can manifest more abundantly whatever it is that you are dreaming or desiring of creating. So, it's very evident. Look at all this feline energy. I mean, from the cougar to the domesticated cats and then down to the Eight of Pentacles, there's also, in their summary, there's also a feline figure. So the feline is a very sensitive creature. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if you've ever lived with a cat. And when you're overly sensitive, when you're balanced, that's a positive. But when you're overly sensitive, it's not a positive. So let's see how it is a positive. Let's say these two creatures, and I don't know if you've ever seen any of them in real life. I've seen other big cats. I spent some time in Africa, and but I have not seen a cougar per se. But I have seen foxes. When I lived in Switzerland, I used to walk my dogs in the mountains every morning, and the early mist, you would see the foxes scurry, along, out. When they'd see you, they'd try to get out of your range as quickly as possible. But anyway, both of these animals, they're patient, right? They sit. They are very, very focused on their environment. And when they hear, right? When they hear, when they know, when they have that knowing, that clear knowing of when to act, they, oh my God, it's like lightning. I remember coming across foxes on a number of times, and first they would be very still, and then, whew, I mean, it was in the blink of an eye how quickly they acted. And that's what they're talking to you about, knowing when, getting the inspiration and then acting upon it. But because you're worried, there is blockage there. Now, there is writing on the back, so I'm going to read the beginning of this feline energy. Your present worries are sapping a great deal of energy from you. While the situation may be stressful, it's time to make a conscious effort to focus on what you can do now to experience more peace. Dwelling on things that are in the past or worrying about how things might turn out in the future keep you from living in the present moment, being connected, right? Trust that the situation creating this worry will soon pass. I mean, I guess that's what Spirit's trying to give you some advice on how to make it pass, and choose a brighter outlook. Yep, like you said here, you have to have that joy. What shared blessings if you're stressed and tired and worried? You're not really sharing anything, and you can't share anything you don't have. That's why self-love is so important. Self-love is not buying yourself a Gucci bag, or you see all this stuff advertised for self-love, and it's usually just egoistic, useless. Well, not use, not, well, anyway, I shouldn't say that. So I'm not going to say that. I'm going to scratch that. But self-love is, healthy boundaries and finding time to connect so that you are at peace, right? And this goes straight into standing your ground. We don't have to read the back of that. We know that that's what it's talking about. You are allowing influences in your environment, in your day-to-day environment, in your physical environment, to just bring you down. And safety. What are you worried about safety for? Safety, what are you hiding from? The coast is clear if you're connected. They're there, they've got your back. If you feel like you're wandering into unfamiliar territory, Life never hands you more than you can manage. Embrace this opportunity for growth and freedom. Yes, that is so true. Life never gives you, remember that. That's like a mantra that I've used for decades. Life never gives you more than you can handle. That is so true. But it's the way you look at challenges in life. If you're looking at them with this, very negative attitude, oh my goodness, they will be a cross to bear. But if you look at them as an opportunity for growth, because if you're a creative person, the more you learn about the life, the more you have to put into your artwork or your creation, the more you have to give back to the collective, to all of us. And that is a great blessing. So don't hide. Don't hide. Don't be depressed. Don't be down. Rise up to your challenges. Be flexible. You got to be flexible in the moment to overcome. That's the way to stay balanced. Yeah, the challenge you're facing, flexibility, of perspective, flexibility of perspective. Look at the situation from every possible and solutions. Okay. Okay, and it'll just jump out. Yes, the solution will jump out at you. That's what I was saying. When you're connected, when you're in spirit, when you're connected to spirit, that will give you the answers to deal with anything that's going on in in the physical realm, and allow you to manifest, to stand your ground and manifest cheekiness. Embrace, okay, lighten up. That's the other thing. Spread some cheer. Yeah, I mean, Lord, you look like a martyr here, right? I'm just interpreting the cards, and trust me, I've been there, done that. There's literally nothing that I'll ever be speaking about that I haven't lived and done and made my own mistakes and learned the hard way. But I completely agree with Spirit's advice, because it's always worked in my own life. So joy, you have to find the joy even in the most difficult times, and you've got to spread that joy. I mean, that's another way to just connect in day-to-day life, when we're going about our hectic days. Just that will keep you connected. You don't always have to stop and meditate. You don't have to do all that. You can connect even when you're in the fire, when you're in the oven. You can connect just by being joyous, right? Don't take life so seriously. Oh my goodness. We all, that's something that's a chronic issue in the 21st century. Dare to free yourself of the expectation that you always have to act your own. Find your inner child. There's always room. You need to find fun. Don't be so serious. Don't be, if somebody is overstepping their boundaries at times, you don't have to let it get you that upset. Let it go. Let it go. Let the small things go. Be thankful. Find time to be thankful. I mean, that's another thing. There's so much. It's hard. We're trying to. We have to keep a roof over our head, and we have to food on the table for ourselves and our children, and so on and so forth. Right? Where was I going with this? Well, it'll come back to me. So Spirit must not want me to say that. So I'm just going to let that go. All right. So they're going into bewilderment. Yeah, in today's frantic world, it's not uncommon to be left feeling bewildered or completely, you're just beside yourself. Trust that you've gained the needed experience. Where was it talking about your skill? I think I was talking about that. It's coming back to me from when I did it earlier. Trust that you've gained enough experience to be able to ride any waves that rock your boat, right? Any waves that rock. Remind yourself to pause when life seems to be asking a lot of you. Just breathe. and relax. You've got this. You've got this. Got to get rid of the doubt. At times we move through life confidently, right? Confidence. Confident right here. When you're connected, you're confident. At other times, we have countless questions. We're worried, right? And we're filled with hesitation. Look at the hesitation here with this little puppy. Doubt creeps into our minds to encourage us to reflect on the choices we are making. Right? Reflect. You will come out of this period with more direction and focus. Yes, it's going right back. They're starting the summary. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so feline energy, right? This is the whole reading is about your connection with the divine and your guardian angel. Whoa, wow, that is so strong. I mean, they are really talking about the guardian angel connection here. And the Eight of Pentacles in the traditional tarot is about someone who has been working extremely hard on their craft. And it actually even looks like there's art. Just notice this. There's like a painting or there's frames in the background here. And there's little stars like magic coming out of your hands. So this is really talking about being sensitive to what we've been saying through your spiritual connections, right? To get that inspiration. Oh, look at there's butterflies here and fish. To get those creative, and there's a moon here. To get those creative inspirations to use the whatever you've mastered and bring that into fruition in the world. And this is basically the same. You see the Queen of Swords, the Queen, she has worked really hard. Oh, look at the busy bee. She has worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. Maybe too much here. But they're saying here in the summary that you can move forward with this connection. And you see how this sword is pointing down? That when it's up, it's like the connection to spirit, but she has it here. She's actually receiving the connection. She's allowing, that inspiration to come in. And then she's just channeling that right down. And look at her, how light she is. She's just moving. It's fluid. She's in the zone. She's in that zone. And if you're a creative person, you know what that means when you're painting and you just kind of lose track. You're just not even in reality anymore. You're in like almost another dimension in that flow state. And again, like I said, that can also be creating businesses or whatever, or a writer or whatever is your, your passion, your creation, whatever you dream of creating. And then here's the sun. And this again talks about manifestation. We've been talking about all of this, the spiritual realm, but what's the point of being connected if you don't if you don't bring into reality what it is you have been guided to do? So you see how the moon here, this was your time to reflect, and they're saying now you need to deal with this because it's time to manifest. The moon is receptive energy. That's when you sit, you contemplate, you receive those ideas, those great visions of what you want to accomplish. And the sun is the masculine energy. That is when you are acting in reality, in the physical. You're moving forward. Look how small this is. Look at this little nymph or whatever it is. They must be so tiny. Don't let the little things bother you. You have to see them in a joyous light. See them from be more flexible in your perspective. And just let the disappointment, the anger, the suffering, whatever it is you're going through, let that go. Let the worry go. You're safe. You're surrounded by good energy. You've just got to reconnect to it. Okay? And the Knight of Cups, this is so perfect. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. So this is the Knight of Cups, okay? And as you can see, Knight of Cups is water, so you can see this fish balloon is blowing bubbles. So this is actually underwater, and he's holding his little cup, or he, she, they, I'm not sure, but they're holding their little cup, and you can see they're moving, right? They're moving. Again, moving. Look at all this movement. First receive, start the creation, finish, your you finish the mastery, and then once you've dealt with this situation, you're just moving forward. Look at that. Look at that. Whew, beautiful. But this one is slow movement, right? They're underwater. It's slow. You can't rush a creative process. Just stay connected. When you're stay connected, they will help you, lead you each and every day on how to manifest. Now, this is not as bright and cheery as the rest of these. So there's still, they just want to give one last warning here. And, this is interesting because the unicorn has a horn on the head, just like in the center of the head, just like these giraffes. So they want to reiterate about this higher perspective and then, connecting. And I know they're going to, okay, guardian angel. Yep, there it is. Okay. Wow. That might be, the guardian angel might just be specific to a few of you, but boy, whoever that message is for, I mean, they are being, it is an extremely strong message they're giving me. So anyway, look how forlorn, it's like this poor turkey. We're back to the turkey here. Oh my goodness, look how sad, so tired. You're so exhausted. You're allowing life to exhaust you. And not so much for your own, not for yourself. This is giving you, working on your craft gives you such joy. You're floating. You're floating. And look how the flowers are growing out of the lower chakras here. The solar, the sacral, and almost to the root chakra here. So this work is not what's exhausting you. It's the work of your relationships with others. This isn't showing, it could be family, like I said, because Turkey and Thanksgiving and these family units here. So that's very possible, but it could be some other relationship or work or whatever, right? No, it's definitely family. This is definitely family, right? Family. All right. So anyway, sorry, I was thinking about my family. All right. So look at all the blessings. You see, again, the inspiration is coming. The inspiration is there. What you want to create, it's there. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the, right? The connection, right? The inspiration is waiting to come in. The visions of something, it must be so big. Spirit wouldn't take the time to be here right now to give this message if whatever it is you're supposed to be creating isn't really important to the collective. Oh yeah, yep, they're underscoring that too. Whatever it is you're supposed to be creating is extremely important to the collective, to help the collective, the consciousness of the collective rise. And that could be a business. It doesn't have to be, the traditional art forms. Okay. And so you see this inspiration. It's right here. It's right above you, but your horn is like, it's not pointing up towards it. It's not being open. There's actually like a field. I don't know if you can see, there's like a field around the horn kind of blocking that, the moon. But whatever it is you should be doing, it's literally like magic. Whatever it is you are supposed to be working on, not this, is really truly important. So yeah, let's leave it there. I mean, they have given you an extremely, all of us, an extremely important guidance here. They We all have to be conscious of always being connected, because life here on earth, it is not easy. It's not. Let's be honest, right? You can be woke or whatever you want to call yourself. Life isn't easy. Um, and no matter how good your heart is, however open actually, a lot of people whose hearts are really open, which are usually spiritual and creative, that that divine feminine, uh, people that are kind of ruled by the divine feminine, they often end up like this because they give and they give and they sacrifice for others, karma for others, and they think they're sharing blessings, but they're not, because they've lost the abundance, they've lost their joy. And when you can't give anything you don't have, and you have something very important to give, this is the central column, you just need to be more flexible with your everyday life. I'm going to leave it like that so it doesn't get too long. I'd love to hear what you're creating. If you want to share, if it's something private, something you're still working on, I completely understand. But when you do finish it, if you come back and just post on the comments what that might be, I mean, I would love to see your work. It really is something that Spirit is taking the time to tell you is, really important, not just for your happiness, but also for all of us. So I look forward to that. All right, then. Well, thank you, Spirit, for always being there for us. And thank you, viewers, for coming. And I hope this has helped you in some way. And I look forward to seeing you when I do. Okay, bye bye now.